Well, everybody, we have reached the end of the ruler lessons I have taken you through. Hopefully, you've gotten something out of ruler, and I look forward to meeting you all when you go to the high school. And this final lesson together is called Conflict and Community Restoration. So, you know what conflict is by now, you know what community is by now, but restoration, to restore, to fix something. Now, you've probably heard home restoration. You go to an old house, it's kind of junky. You clean it up, you pretty it up, and all of a sudden it's nice again. Conflict is very similar. You can go from ugly to pretty if you do the right things. And we're going to use chart paper to go about doing that. And your teacher's going to hang up paper on the wall, and on one side, healthy, and on the other side, unhealthy. And let's work together as a team and brainstorm, healthy ways to go about things and unhealthy ways. And hopefully you pick the healthy. Okay, so situation number one. How do people act in healthy versus unhealthy conflict resolution situations? Now, conflict happens, anger happens, we don't agree with people. That's just being alive. However, what are some healthy ways you can act in a conflict situation compared to unhealthy? So, talk about it, jot it down, and take a look. Okay, healthy versus unhealthy. Now, the second question, also with chart paper, how do people feel in healthy versus unhealthy conflict resolution? So, you may get into a conflict with somebody, but the way they feel matters. Okay, so for example, this one here, they seem to be having a conflict, but I notice this gentleman is listening very closely to what she is saying. So even though they might not agree, I would guess she is feeling heard and listened to and respected compared to this ridiculous photo. If I'm just yelling and just being, I'm going to be louder and flail my arms and make a bunch of noise, that's not going to make the other person feel like her. Okay, so bear this in mind. Conflicts can be temporary, but how temporary they are probably based on how you made them feel, respected or disrespected. Now, question number three, whose point of view does each take into consideration that is healthy and unhealthy? So if you are in a conflict, what point of view should you focus in on? So what would be a healthy way of thinking about conflict in terms of point of view, and what would be an unhealthy way? Okay, so once the class is brainstormed and gone through that, we're going to turn it inward. We're going to turn it personal, and your teacher gave you a worksheet, and I'm going to teach you the power of I statements. Okay, I statements, and you could add to I feel. Okay, because we're all entitled to our feelings, and when you're in a conflict, if you use I statements, they might help lessen the conflict. So I'm going to have you take these questions, these prompts, and answer them. When I am lied to, blank. How about this? When I am lied to, I feel X, Y, and Z. Okay. The opposite of that is you go, you dirty liar, I'm going to swear at you and yell at you. Okay. Well, you can do that. However, if you feel like you're being lied to, you can say, I feel hurt, or I feel this, or I feel that. Okay. Prompt number two, when I am in a fight with a family member, I feel whatever you want to say. When I don't understand the concept in school, I, now this one might not be feel, I choose to this, or I seek out, or I look for. Okay, it doesn't have to be feel. Okay, so you can think about, so what do you do? Prompt number four, when I'm in a fight with a friend, I, whatever the case may be, when I'm misunderstood by a teacher, I, and when I am told I can't do something, I. Okay, so the power of an I statement is very powerful. Instead of being on the offensive and, engaging in angry, ugly language, maybe some I statements can help the conflict. So practice this a little bit, okay? So once you're done with the brainstorm, once you're done with the I statements, our final journal entry. How can you promote healthy conflict resolution? And you do have power to promote healthy conflict resolution. So again, hope you got something out of Ruler. I look forward to meeting you all. And that is it for me. Stay well until we meet again. And thank you for watching.